The portrait in the attic. Samantha had always been close to her grandmother. So when the old woman passed away, Samantha inherited her childhood home, a quiet, forgotten house nestled at the edge of town. She had visited it often as a child, but this time it felt different. The house was empty, silent, and the air inside was thick with memories, old dust, and something else, something unsettling. Samantha spent the first few days sorting through the attic, going through old boxes of keepsakes and family heirlooms. Most of the things she found were sentimental. Faded photographs, broken toys, a wooden chest filled with old letters. But one object stood out, an oil painting draped in a dusty cloth. It was large, much larger than anything else up there. Curious, she wiped away the dust and lifted the cloth. The painting was of a woman. The woman had strikingly similar features to her grandmother, but the expression on her face was different, cold, vacant, and haunting. Samantha didn't recognize the background, a strange, foggy landscape with twisted trees. It was eerie, unsettling. But what disturbed her most were the eyes. They seemed to follow her, no matter where she moved in the room. Shaking her head, Samantha decided to bring the painting downstairs to hang it in the living room. The house had always been quiet, but now it felt heavier, as if the walls themselves were watching her. That night, she awoke to a strange sound, a soft, scraping noise. She thought it might be the wind, or perhaps an animal outside. But as she listened closer, she realized the sound was coming from the living room. The painting. It was scraping against the wall. Her heart raced as she crept down the hall towards the living room. The lights flickered above her, casting strange shadows across the floor. When she reached the doorway, she froze. The painting was no longer where she had left it. It was now facing the wall, and the woman in the painting was smiling. Terrified, Samantha rushed to the painting and turned it back to face her. But something was different. The eyes weren't vacant anymore. They were wide open and they were looking straight at her. A soft whisper filled the room, low and slow. "You shouldn't have brought me here." Frozen in fear, Samantha stumbled backward, her breath catching in her throat. The whispering grew louder, more insistent. Her grandmother's voice, but distorted, twisted into something unrecognizable. Samantha turned and ran, not knowing where she was going, but needing to get out of that house. She heard the scraping again, louder now, as if the painting were chasing her. She made it to the front door, but before she could open it, she turned to look back one last time. The painting was in the doorway now, blocking her escape, and the woman in the portrait was no longer smiling. She was laughing.